Hello. Hey guys, Tom from a little podcast called What Was the Question? Just gonna make a short video here, let you all know what's going on. Y'all just can't seem to stop shooting motherfuckers out there. But we have Pokemon Go to distract us from the rest of that. So Pokemon Go came out and I didn't make the video I was supposed to make because it came out the night that I was making the videos. And so instead of making a video, me and wife, we went walking for like 2.5 fucking miles to a Pokestop that's down the way. And then there was another Pokestop about a mile away from that. So we walked to that one too. Took over a gym, which we held for about 2 hours. And then some motherfucker with a 528 Growlithe now holds it. But that's all right. We'll get it back because we're catching Pokemon in the scores. I mean, we have so many of them. Not going to talk about fucking the cops shooting people because they shoot people. It's kind of what they do. They got guns. Not going to talk about civil rights because that conversation took place in the 1960s. We should be beyond that by now. That, and as a whole, internet culture is pretty well diverse and forgiving of all that, except for like the people who visit like the KKK sites, I guess. I don't even know if the KKK has a website. So, yeah, went around picking up the Pokemons and stuff. If you have not picked up Pokemon Go, go download it now, today. I mean, there's server issues and it's slow, and if you have an Apple, it's gonna freeze quite a lot. I mean, at least mine does. I have to fucking close it and reopen it and uninstall it and reinstall it. Life is so hard. So, I highly recommend joining Team Valor, because that's the team that me and wife are on. So if y'all want to go around collecting Pokegems for Team Valor, we'll make the whole country red. Fuck this blue and yellow team shit. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and have the pre-roll video edited and released by later on tonight. Unless I get distracted playing Pokemon Go, which I'm going to fucking get pretty into. The last episode, it was me and wife, and we kind of tried a new camera setup where we're all standing up so we can. They're concerned about angles and angles. That'll take too much time away from Pokemon. It's probably not gonna happen. Matter of fact, right now I'm kind of itching to get back to the fucking Pokemons. Stay in there, you son of a bitch. Stay in there. Fuck yeah, got me a Mankey. So by all accounts, I guess Faust is doing his podcast thing today, and we're not supposed to talk about that because it's not ready yet. Harrison. No news from the Dirty 30. I haven't heard of any new subscribers. I haven't heard of any new followers. I haven't seen any new YouTube subscriptions. Although, to be honest, I haven't really fucking checked. That's my bad. I've been neglecting y'all, and I do apologize. It's a fucking beautiful day out there. Think I may go. I probably ought to think of something else to talk about. So, fuck it, let's talk about the shootings then. For those of you that don't know, some people got shot in Minnesota and Louisiana, I think. I didn't really pay attention. In retaliation to those shootings, because those shootings were perpetrated by police officers, motherfucker in Dallas decides that he's gonna go and shoot a bunch of police. Now, when the news first broke about the police shootings, I did kind of go ahead and post NWA's Fuck the Police on a bunch of social media. Then, after I had done that, I went to work. Motherfucker went and shoot a bunch of police officers in Dallas. As you can imagine, that put me in quite the awkward predicament because I don't really support shooting anyone. As far as like the gun control conversation, I mean, shit. Wife went off about it on one of the episodes, one of the pre-rolls that we didn't record for YouTube, and she is very, very passionate and adamant about, there should be strict gun laws when it comes to firearms. I, on the other hand, I take the same position that I've always taken in these matters, which is I don't have a gun. I don't need a gun. I don't want a gun. So I could give a fuck less about gun laws. Don't care. So if fucking Obama wants to take your guns, I don't give a fuck. If the NRA wants to sell you guns, I don't give a fuck. Now, that might all change if I didn't live in a dusty little dirt town that barely anything happens. Like if I lived in Orlando or fucking wherever the fucking shooting in California happened, then I might have a little bit of a different opinion, because then it might affect me a little bit more. But as of right now, shit doesn't affect me at all. Kind of the same thing with the police shootings. When those first happened, I could really give a fuck. I mean, I've never really trusted the police. Just the world that I've grown up in, I don't care. Just the world I grew up in, I don't pay attention to it. When the first shooting happened in Minnesota, I guess they happened at the same time or on the same day, but when I first heard about it, I heard about the Minnesota one first, and I saw the video, and I was like, that's fucked up. They pinned that motherfucker to the ground. 2 police officers had him pinned to the ground and then unloaded shots into his chest, point blank range. That's murder. That's murder. Cold-blooded murder. But my initial reaction to it was, that sucks. That's definitely cold-blooded murder. Good thing that happened in Minnesota and not around here. Some of y'all might think that's fucked up. I'm the asshole of the group when it comes to what was the question and shit. Then I saw the video that was made about the dude in Louisiana. Again, I'm not sure. I should have looked this shit up before I talked about it. The video I saw, because I didn't watch the live stream of it, I just saw some recording of it, and it basically started with this chick talking very calmly for the situation, and then panning over and showing this dude soaked in blood, either dying, with a cop who still had his gun drawn on him, and it didn't really look like he was calling for help. So my initial reaction to that was, we don't know what was happening at the beginning of that. However, then I quickly became the asshole in that conversation with wife, because she had seen the entire video and said no, he told the cop that he was going to reach for his wallet and get his license. And then the cop shot him 4 times while he was sitting in a car doing what he was told. But yet again, I have to say, doesn't happen around here. I don't do anything wrong. I'm not a criminal. Make sure my vehicle maintenance is taken care of. Definitely cold-blooded murder, what happened to that guy. And I do hope that these police officers get charged, and definitely some punishments are handed out on that. So then that got us talking about, well, what does happen around here? For those of you that don't know, we do these shows in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We live and work and play in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Not too long ago, in 2015, there was a homeless man in the foothills of Albuquerque. Now, if you're watching this from abroad or other parts of the country where you think we need a passport to visit Colorado or something like that, then I'll explain something to you. The foothills of Albuquerque are one of the most affluent areas in the city. So these 2 cops go out there to find this guy sleeping underneath a tarp, not even a tent, sleeping underneath a tarp. Did a couple of things that might have been excessive. Basically, aggressively talked to this man, causing him to get all riled up, and he had a knife. He finally gets talked down, he tosses the knife aside, and he turns around to pick up his belongings, as the police said he could do. At which point, when he turns around, the police fire an automatic weapon at him, hit him a few times in the side and the arm. Then they send a police dog at him while he's still laying on the ground, basically bleeding to death. Then they shoot him with a beanbag. Might have been just a little bit out of order on those. Maybe send the dog first or shoot him with the beanbag first, but the lethal option should have probably been left till you saw that he was actually resisting. The judge who was overseeing that trial threw out involuntary manslaughter as a charge because he said this does not seem unintentional. That's good news for people getting what they deserve. So that's what happens around here. And so I guess we're no strangers to the same things that happen in the rest of the country. We just probably don't report on it as much as the rest of the country does. So counting my blessings that I live in an area that somewhat relatively safe. Although, if you want to take a moment to go ahead and Google how safe New Mexico really is, you'll find out that we're not the safest place. If you do happen to have feelings that you want to go out and shoot a bunch of people, I would strongly suggest not doing that. Police officers, even though they are a unit and they're all a team and family and whatnot, they are just people. They're individuals like you or me or wife or my brother. They all have their own problems that they go through. They have to pay taxes just like we do. You know, the only difference is for a while in their lives, they carry a badge and a gun. And it's their very unfortunate obligation to have to make snap decisions in risky situations. Neither of those two shootings being that. But still, the majority of police, I believe, are good people. So, yeah, so that's my 2 cents on that, because I'm sure y'all were dying to know what I thought of that. For now, what I'm going to do is fuck off this YouTube shit and go play some motherfucking Pokemon!